We live in a dangerous world. The gods who built it vanished, leaving behind their instruments that aimlessly reshaped the land. These ancient relics harness an unknowable force we call the Anthem of Creation. But the Anthem refuses to be controlled. To survive, our ancestors invented the javelins and built cities with great walls. Today, it falls to a dedicated group of heroes to face the chaos, protect our homes, and fight for our very survival. We are freelancers. We leap head-on into danger, rescuing the lost, keeping the monsters at bay, and silencing the Anthem's terrible cataclysms. But not all cataclysms are created equal. And even freelancers are wary of the untamed power.
And that is where you come in. The freelancer, making a name for yourself, fighting in your javelin, silencing Shaper relics and stopping cataclysms. But first, you must know what cataclysms, Shapers, and their relics are. I'm your Anthem lore guide, and let's start with the Heart of Rage. Javelins and the Heart of Rage will be covered in a later video, but this is a cataclysm. It can have some various elements: fire, frost, lightning, or acid. They are created by a relic and the Anthem. They can grow big or small, but all of them are destructive. Destruction and creation are hand in hand, so to speak. This is what the lore has to say about cataclysms. A violent, unpredictable disturbance created when the Anthem of Creation overwhelms a Shaper instrument. They often appear as an intense storm. While one cataclysm may create bizarre new wildlife, another may shake the ground or force rivers to flow backwards. The only thing certain about a cataclysm is that it cannot be predicted. The Anthem itself is an uncontrollable power. One that is so intense that it is basically left behind power of the gods, or Shapers. When they left it behind with their relics, our ancestors created the javelins to help stop the Anthem. But a javelin needs help from a cipher. If the cipher goes down, the freelancers are on their own. Ciphers are connected to freelancers by the amplifier device, so while the freelancers are protected from it, the cipher is not. If they succumb to it, they are sent into comas. Just like what happened with Faye. Listen to what she says in the intro gameplay.
Team, the cipher from Strider 2 is down. Comatose.
His racers are flying blind? Never mind that, Alec. We got a tank. Holy crap. Miller, get your head in the game. Hurry up, Rocket.
This is not going well. Many casualties. Freelancers down. Ciphers in comas.
Comas?
From hearing the Anthem.
How are you doing, Faye? Are you okay?
So far, but I can hear it too.
How close am I, Faye? Faye, I dare. Get her out to his left.
The Anthem. It wants to consume me. To show me.
Faye, snap out of it. What do you got for us?
Oh, sorry. The whole team from Strider 3 is...
Faye was almost consumed by the Anthem. So this being said, many ciphers were lost to the Anthem, and many freelancers died that day. The Anthem can create in any type of landscape: mountain ranges, rivers, forests, and monsters, varying from wyverns all the way to the giants called titans. The Anthem lore says this: the source of pure creation, the Shapers used to create the world. The Anthem has existed since the beginning of time and permeates all aspects of existence. The Anthem has been the subject of much debate over its origin, limits, and if humans should attempt to channel it. Some believe it is nothing more than a story and myth. Famed arcanist Medarinis: the Anthem is not a toy or tool. It does not serve to help anyone but itself. The Anthem will always be an unknowable, ever-changing tune. It has a will. It must create, for it is creation. In that way, it must also destroy, for creation and destruction are merely two edges of the same sword. It cannot be tamed, and for it to be controlled would be unimaginable. The traditional spiritual at the bottom says, "Oh, When did the world start singing? Who brought forth the song? Did the Shapers write the music, or did they just sing along? Why did their choir so suddenly abandon all they made? Did they choose to leave their instruments, or were they just mislaid? For mothers, won't you sing to us, teach us how to play? And you guys may read the rest. But the Shaper energy that we track is how we prevent these things from happening. Loose fragments of the anthem are echoes, and that is how we silence them. The lore about echoes is what we'll be talking about next, as well as the Shapers. The Shapers, humanity's name for the supreme beings that created the world itself. It is a long-held belief that the Shapers used the anthem of creation to build all aspects of our existence, but had to suddenly depart, leaving their tools behind and our world unfinished. Although they are called the Shapers, their exact number isn't known, and all details or motives are purely speculation. The Shapers started something here, but we'll finish it. But who will finish it? That's the start of another excerpt, but let's get to this next part that I have here at the bottom. He saw the great dormant instrument reaching to the sky. Though it was still, it seemed filled with longing. Did the Shapers miss their instruments, or were they too large, scattered to the world? You guys can finish that one as well. The way I have things set up here, guys. I've got other pieces of lore that I found in later the game, so I'm just trying to get some of that in there. Echoes are pieces of the anthem of creation that often exist as a semi-animate globes of energy. Echoes tend to hover around the Shaper relics they escaped from, and can be used to silence cataclysms, though how and why this is possible is purely theoretical. Robin Marr's theory of ampliphonic force proposes that when an echo is put into an active Shaper relic, it provides the relic with enough power to countermeasure the anthem. So that should give you guys some insight to how this thing is working. Here's the Shaper relics. Instruments left behind by the Shapers when they abandoned the world they created. Varying in shape, size, and purpose, relics are powered by the anthem of creation and are commonly believed to be the very tools that constructed the world. If an activated relic becomes overwhelmed by the anthem, it creates a cataclysm, often causing fragments to break off the relic. Lancers have discovered through trial and error that returning these fragments to their rightful place can in some cases silence a relic. While cataclysms have been a constant in our world, we have chosen not to experiment with the anthem of creation. Scars have no such reservations. The Scars really would like to use the anthem of creation to their, own purposes and try to advance themselves. So that's where this is going. You guys can stop and read that as well. So when an activated relic becomes overwhelmed, in my playthrough, Aruna Call put it like this: the anthem is like water, and the relics are dams for the water. So when the water grows to be too much, things are both destroyed and created. Life, or like most of the world's wildlife that we see, freelancers stop up the dam and prevent the destruction of the growth of a giant cataclysm. Even small cataclysms can be prevented this way. So the Shaper relics that you see, and I'll let you read whatever comes up next. Shaper ruins, I think, is next. Yeah. In Tyrant Mine, the big relic that's emitting the force, I would like to believe that is the anthem itself being played, but we can't hear it as javelins or as our freelancer. It's sort of like the Shaper energy that we track. That's being emitted from there, but one can argue that they're one or the other if they would like. That's about it, guys. I wanted to do lore videos for Anthem since I started the beta for the game, and I would love to do more. So let me know what you would like to see next, or vote in the comments on either the Dominion, Helena Tarsis, or the people of Fort Tarsis and the community. This one felt kind of rushed because I couldn't get everything in that I wanted to say. But like I said, I'm new to this lore stuff, and I hope that you will join me on the next one and learn more about this world. I've been your lore guide, Gaming Prodigy. Thanks for watching, G's.